what makes your products becoming change your user journey? I think that is really important. The products is really valuable, but does it really help people to enjoy their daily life, to enjoy these products, and enjoy the way they like get into the physical fashion, they enjoy the way they share in the social media. So that is things I think really valuable in the future. Like what makes your products change people's user journey?
So maybe
And I feel
related
like
to
think about our current financial system.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of NEWFORUM, and we're always happy to bring you awesome creators, founders, and investors on our Web3 podcast. And on today's episode, I'm super happy to have Xing Yunjia on this episode. And Xing is an LCF graduate and also the co-founder of Extended Identity. And I'm super happy to hear more about what they're working on right now and how they're building their digital fashion brand. Hi, Xing.
Hi, Joyce. Thank you for having me here. It's my pleasure to chat with you this afternoon. Quick introduce about myself. Like Joyce said, I'm the co-founder of a digital fashion brand called Extended Identity. And we have been working for Extended Identity for like 2 years. At this short 2 years, we have been working with some amazing companies in the world like Meta. We're working for a digital fashion project called the Queen of the Metaverse. And also we have been working with the digital human for Lady Mercedes, coming from Mercedes-Benz for their new models. I'm super glad I can join here and share with you what I know for digital fashion and what my experience building it.
So I know you are an LCF graduate, and I want to know like what made you like go into digital fashion specifically, and what made you so interested about like founding your own kind of brand?
The first thing of all, I'm a big nerd. I'm a big nerd in the video games and in the comics and everything. It's like since I was really young, I basically put every pocket money and every like money I had into the video games. For some like video games for League of Legends, and I purchased a lot of skin for like a game skin in that time. But right now we call it digital fashion. And also like Overwatch or World of Warcraft, some video games like this, I literally purchased a lot. So, but I have the background at the traditional fashion industry. I used to study at like physical fashion and pattern and fashion design. And after like graduate from bachelor, I was have the amazing opportunity to have application for the Ubisoft. There is a video game company for design and fashion for them. But there is a traditional fashion luxury companies hired me. So I go into like a luxury fashion industry for 2 years, but I still have the feeling like I really want to put something in my hobby and my professional background together. Well, like I think it's 2019 or 2020, the Louis Vuitton, they have a like collaboration with like League of Legends. So at that time, I'm thinking, okay, I thinking that is a really amazing opportunity in this industry to be innovative and combine two of my favorites together. So that is the reason why I put all myself into digital fashion industry.
I love your backstory. I think a lot of people can relate. You know, we as the generation growing up on the internet and being native to all of these games, it's amazing that you had your own experience with buying skins and now you put that into your own brand. And I would love to know a bit about like the story behind the brand and the name. Maybe you can, if you can elaborate a bit on that, would love to know that.
Actually, it's coming really quick. It's like when I met my co-founder, Ziki. Ziki just like we are just brainstorming. It's like we're gonna build a platform or we're gonna build a brand. At that time, we're thinking about like when we're invested in NFT, when we invested in like do something like in the crypto side. The fascinating things about blockchain, it's like you can purchase your products or purchase your NFT everywhere. So at that time, platform is just collecting the data from the blockchain. We're thinking in the future about Web3, the brands will be more valuable than the platform, just like brainstorming. So what we're building right now is like in that digital ages, we want to building a brand based on digital ages, because we have amazing fashion brand built on French culture, Italian culture, and Japanese culture, or something like this. There's nothing a brand like built on the Web3 culture or really purely digital and gaming culture. So there are things we want to do. And for the name, it's just so quickly. It's why people want to wear digital fashion, why the people want to like purchase in digital fashion, because identity. Because identity is quite limited in the physical world. So what we're doing right now is try to extend the identity. So that is where they come from.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really like the idea goes well with also the designs, and then the name, like, you know, the X, and it's really like futuristic, and I really love that. And I'm wondering, you as a founder, like when you're building a brand, like a digital fashion brand, like what are some of the challenges you face when it comes to, okay, we need to choose who we build with, like how we distribute NFT, like all these kind of things. I would love for you to walk me through, like how is it when I buy a digital asset from you guys, like how does this all work, and what are the challenges with the digital supply chain kind of?
Yeah, that is very fascinating. Is that what we're building for? It's like we have been a very long time doing our user research. We find out it's really interesting part is like it's some of like brands, they only have the Web3 customer. Some of the brands, they only have the Web2 customer. It's quite difficult, like there's a brand have 50% about Web2 customer, have 50% of Web3 customer, which is us. We are like really shocking, like there are a huge amount of our user are still traditional Web2 user. And when we're asking them, it's like, why you don't get a crypto wallet, why you get into the Web3, the answer actually is really real. It's like, why I need to get a crypto wallet, why I need to like doing that, why I need to memorize 12 words in my like notebook, and why I need to purchase a cryptocurrency and transfer my money to the bank account, I don't know. So they have that confusion to that, and they said, okay, but I still want to purchase your products. Is there any way we can purchase your product without buying cryptocurrency, without getting a crypto wallet, but just admire your guys' work? I think that is really fascinating, because we have keep like a new and emerging customer coming to us day to day, and month by month. They have no idea about what Web3 is. They have no idea about like what is like crypto, something like this. It's kind of a responsibility to let them enjoy our work, but at the same time, it can still try to understanding what is Web3. So I think it's like not pushing them, like pushing them, you must get a crypto wallet, you must get into Web3. Is that step by step? I haven't tried about what is like digital asset. Let me try about is that, and it's that's something they want to enjoy with us. If they don't feel comfortable with, they can change to Web2 customer into Web3 really, really easy. And for Web3 side, is we found out it's like Web3 is quite narrated. It's kind of like if we're talking about Web3, there's only those few people we know they in everywhere. They're everywhere. They are in this part, they're professional, this part they're professional. Because Web3 is just a small community. If we're thinking about in the Web2 world, there's still a really huge amount of community. And for us, it's like we really want to build a good image for the people in the Web2. It's like they're not just scamming in the Web3. There are people building really good stuff. There are people really building the step-by-step things and try to let you understand what is Web3 it is. And try to understand why digital collectible actually is protect your asset, actually is protect your work. Because I think recently we have the news, it's like I used to play video games, World of Warcraft and Overwatch in China. And the China is like they are in NatWest, they are taking responsibility by a video game company called NetWest. So they are literally shut down all the service in that video game. So all the digital asset, all the video games you put all your money into it, it's gone. It's gone in the service. So that is kind of make people panicking, some like people to purchase digital collectible. It's like, if I purchase digital collectible in the video games, if I purchase digital collectible in some like a major video game company, is there any time my things will be gone? Is there any time my thing will be gone with a service? So I think right now what we are doing in all the Web3 community is we're trying to let the people understand digital collectible is not that scary. Even the company is gone, your digital collectible will still in the blockchain. So that is things we really want to push in and our customer understand.
I love how you break that down to me, because like I feel like people are like, yeah, Web3 is already like it's there, it's happening, but we are talking about like a really small community here. And like you said, if they're coming from the gaming side, they obviously know a bit more, but then there's customers who might just want to have the fashion for like their socials or just really admire fashion in general and like to collect from you guys. So I think that's really admirable, like that brands like you guys or Tribute, they are really carving their own way into the space. And I think it's really interesting to even see like where the aesthetics and the digital fashion will evolve to, right? Like in a couple of years from now, like you guys are going to be native digital brands, which is really, really cool. And I'm wondering like, how do you think is this use of like blockchain technology and all these new tools impacting the industry in general, do you think? Like we talked a lot about the sustainability concern, but do you think in general, like the fashion weeks and the fashion industry, they're really like, now is the time to step in the space and we're also going to adapt it fully? Or what is your opinion on that?
I don't think people should give up physical fashion. I'm sorry about that. It sounds like really not sustainability, but I do like to say I still adore physical fashion. Everyone still adore physical fashion. I'm personally coming from the traditional physical fashion background. I studied like digital fashion design for 4 years and going to work for 2 years, 6 years experience made me not like I don't hate fashion industry. Actually, I love it. It's like they are really building something for the human being daily life. They are building products to helping you building your self-identity and helping you in your daily life. So that is the beauty thing about fashion industry and physical fashion industry. And people still excited for every fashion week, not just couture, or that is like celebrating the human craftsmanship spirit. Being honestly, it's like, why should we give up this? It's like this is hundreds of years industry. It's not like...
Yeah, I agree with what you say, because also if you think about it, like there's each part of art form coming together, right? Like not just fashion, but also music. And it's like a whole, like you said, celebration of humanity. Like, yes, there's some economics behind it, which may be questionable, but I feel like still like it's something that is so traditional because we are celebrating like life and like art and beauty.
And every people who study engineering will know it's like human body engineering is the most hard part about all the engineering, because every human body is different, but the craftsmanship, about pattern, about materials, I think that is like hundreds of years human knowledge. So why should we give up that? I don't think people should give up that. So what we're doing right now for the traditional fashion industry, I don't suggest them to get into this world so quickly, because their customer need to understand their brand, why they are doing something like this, and step by step, not very hashy. So what I really suggestion is like for the fashion industry and for our side, because our next like new collection gonna coming out at March, it's called phigital, and that her phigital is not like we copied one to one exactly the physical products into the digital world. It's trying to combine the digital work with the physical world together. it's like 50% about this work is digital and 50% about work is physical. That will be really fascinating. It's like we don't give up the physical products, what they impact to the normal user or normal customer, and you don't want to give up the digital fascinating part about digital art and digital things. So what we're doing right now is like we're using 50% about augmented reality and 50% about physical world to do something like this. So you can check in our like Instagram, we have a really good example like we built with Meta. That project, the Queens of the Metaverse, is trying to really show everybody. It's like the Metaverse is not something like you must go into the virtual reality, you must have a VR headset, something like this. It's actually you just enjoy at your daily life. You can enjoy like the physical fashion and digital fashion things combined together. I think that will be a really smart way to get the customer and get into the user to understand why this brand doing something like this, why the guys is building things like this, why the digital fashion is something worth to celebrate it with the physical fashion together. So it's like if you just coming out and say, hey, you need to get into the crypto wallet, you need to buy our digital asset. It's like they kind of refusing to doing that. They was like, why I need to do something like this? Are you guys just trying to like make money from your digital NFT or something? That is a really huge question mark. It's like we have a really amazing stock in the NASDAQ. It's like what makes your products change your user journey? I think that is really important. The products is really valuable, but does it really help people to enjoy their daily life, to enjoy these products, and enjoy the way they like get into the physical fashion, to enjoy the way they share in the social media? So that is things I think really valuable in the future. Like what makes your products change people's user journey? So that is things we really want to discuss about.
I think you really nailed it, because I feel like I've seen a lot of brands stepping in maybe too quick and forming like the story doesn't add up, you know. Like if you're saying you're like a native digital brand, you've been carving your way and you've been finding your aesthetic and that's your story. But I feel like some of the bigger brands stepped in and some of the projects didn't really make sense, or their customer didn't quite understand what is happening there and what's the purpose of it. So I think keeping that in mind. And I'm wondering, so on the technological side, how does this work when I purchase an NFT from you guys? Can I wear it? Is it like something that I know that there's some brands that they have to Photoshop it on me, or is it like you guys work with AR? Just from the technical side, I would love to know how, because I saw like the amazing mask and everything. So I would love to know like what are you guys working on there?
We try to narrow down our user journey. We do some research about user. We found out it's like they are not really a huge fan about virtual reality. And also they are not really a huge fan about like even I'm a big nerd for video games, but in our customer side, it's only 40% about them like playing video games. So 60% about them are still really try to enjoy the physical fashion. So some of them, like that, they just want to celebrate it, like the artwork. They are attracted by us by the artwork. And when we like talk with them, they said, I still really enjoy like hanging out with my friends, going to shopping with them at a physical store, and I still really enjoy put all my money into the physical item because I can touch it, I can play it, I can use it. So what I was thinking about, why can't we combine the augmented reality with a physical item, which like our traditional background, together? Like we have been like working in this industry for 6 years. We know how to do the craftsmen. So we know the beauty of our craftsmanship. So we also know the beauty about digital art. So what we want to try to combine the two together. And we found about the amazing part about augmented reality is like in augmented reality, you don't need to give up the real world. you still can enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the augmented reality with your friends together. You can, hey, I got a really cool earring. You can take a photo with me. And hey, hey, I got a new Pokemon card or something like this. It's like people still really want to share with their friend about everything they purchased. It's not their digital avatar or something. It's like the sharing experience, the wearing experience, the using experience is really like important for them.
I agree with you. I think that they also have to get used to it. But I feel like for me personally, I love this kind of like that you can have these filters and you can make cool photos like with your friends or whatever. And I also like the idea of the NFC chip, or you can scan something and you can unlock something in real life. Like it's kind of like a treasure hunt, if you know what I mean. Like you don't know what's behind there. And I think that is really like important that you guys have the background and the knowledge from the traditional industry to understand, okay, like we're not going to completely flip this thing around, and people are still going to be like wearing clothes, but we have something to extend their identity, we have something to extend their being. And so I would love to talk about the upcoming collection you mentioned, or the upcoming projects, and what you guys have in stores. And I think our community would love to know.
Yeah, what I just showed you is like gonna come in soon in the March. It's a totally a physical jewelry collection. It's people can enjoy the physical jewelry and also enjoy augmented reality together. That it will be, I think, the really new things for the digital fashion industry and also for the physical fashion industry. I would love to let everyone know what is happening right now. And next step is like we're gonna do something interesting in shoes. It's like shoe footwear is still really important, and I do admire like Artifact, what they have done with Nike and building in the sneaker industry. And I think they're really smart because boys can adopt that like artwork and can adopt that technology really, really quickly. But what for girls, because our team, 80% of our team is still female. It's like what they are really like, what the females really like about digital fashion, what the female really enjoyed about digital fashion, and what something they are interested about shoes. Actually, if you know the data is like for the fashion industry, actually female purchase the shoes, the price range is way more higher than the boys. But the female customer will be more focused on the craftsmanship and the visual image. So that's gonna be a really, really huge challenge for us to building something like shoes, footwear, and maybe we're gonna collaboration with some amazing artists in the world that presenting this work to us. And for the future, we're definitely willing to collaborate with some amazing brand, but still due to the NDA, I can't tell you right now. It's like they got a very traditional like field fashion industry history, and I think working with them can be a really amazing opportunity to presenting like new work to everyone. Because based on what things I know, is like even digital fashion and also even the Web3 right now is still really small community. But what's fascinating about the physical fashion brand is like they have really majority customer. They have really like huge amount of followers in the majority Web2 world. So I think if like we collaboration with them, it's gonna be a really huge step to let the like normal customer and normal people adopt. Okay, digital asset or digital collectible, it's not that ugly, it's not that scammy, it's something like really celebrated the two worlds combined together. So I think that will be the huge step. So this step by step, not hush.
That's going to be great, like creating the synergy with other brands and like combining these two eras is going to be huge. And I can't wait for you guys to grow and to see that in digital and in real life. Let's see. I'm wondering when you have the collection, so you said it's jewelry, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I can buy a jewelry. Is that like linked with a digital piece, or is this just jewelry now?
The jewelry, and we're gonna have an NFC card in your box. And using the phone to touch it, you can mint your own digital collectible. So why we separate the jewelry and the NFC card together? Because we leaving the options to collect as a digital collectible to the customer. Because some are like traditional, like not traditional Web3 brand, is like majority of our Web3 brand, they let you mint first and also let you to purchase their stock, get their physical collection or their benefit utility, something like this. But like as I said, for our customer side, we have 50% bought Web2 customer. We don't want to like refusing them, shut our door to them. We want to leave the minting option or leave to getting the Web3 option to them. So we separate it to the NFC card and the physical jewelry. If they like refusing to get in the Web3, they can throw the card away. Is their option. But if they want to like try to combine these two together, they can still enjoy the two together. So there are things we want to offer to our user.
This is amazing. Like, this is more like a friendly approach, and like, yeah, you don't have to collect your wallet straight away and give, it sometimes I get the hesitation because it feels like you're giving away something from yourself, like but I feel like if it's like a little card and you're like, oh, I'm curious, like obviously I would collect it, but I'm like, it's more of like, this is an extra gift we give you and you have this, you can keep this. And I think that's really amazing, and you can try this out and see if it works for you. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the collection. And Xing, thank you so much for being part of today's episode. And we're really, really excited about what you guys are building and what you're coming out with. And I would love to know, where can our community find you and follow you guys' journey and also check out the amazing work?
Oh, our website is xidentity.org. And also you can find us in the Instagram Extended Identity, and also you can find us in Twitter XIdentity Lab. So it's really not that hard to spell it, just identity plus with an X. And also, like, if you're interested for our like following next step, you can like go to our website and register for newsletter to see what gonna come in for next.
Definitely check out the newsletter, check out the amazing work that they have done, and we can't wait for the collection to release, and we let you guys know. And thank you so much for everyone who tuned in today. Some real digital authentic brands here, and we see you guys in the next NEWFORUM episode.
Thank you, Joyce.